This is so ridiculous. Hey guys, Trev here back in the garage, and today we're going to be talking about camping in the Model 3. Now, me and my wife have been super curious about this, but we don't want to spend like $1,000 on one of those kind of fancy custom-made foldouts that you see all the time for the back of the car. We want to see, can we do this comfortably on the cheap? This is all to do with a future trip that's coming out. We want to see what it's like to sleep in the car. So we are going to test it out tonight and do our super cheap setup in the car, sleep in it, and see if that's actually feasible. So I'm just working on the setup now, but basically what we're going to have here is a $10 twin blow-up mattress in the back. Now this fits perfectly into the car. So I'm going to wrap this up the best I can, maybe stuff some pillows down in this area to make it a little bit more spacious on each side, and then we'll kind of see what we have at the end. Okay, so pretty good so far, actually. I'm really impressed with how well that thing fits in there. Just a couple linens from around the house. We'll finish this up and then we'll see how it looks. So not bad at all. So you have the blankets in there. Once we get under the covers, I'm sure we'll have a bit more space for our legs. But really, it looks visually, I mean, I haven't got into it yet, but visually, it looks like it's going to be super comfortable. And that's a $10 air mattress and some linens from around the house. So not bad at all. Now the next step is going to be telling my wife that we're sleeping in this tonight. So we'll see how that goes. And then, we'll do a little test and see if it's comfortable and good enough for a trip. Okay, so we've been downstairs and we've crawled into the back of the car to do like a test to see if we fit. So what do you think? Like, honestly.
We almost fit.
So where was the biggest gaps? Like,
for me, the only thing that I found uncomfortable was that the back top of the trunk.
Yeah.
What do you call that? The roof of the trunk, not the roof, but the half.
Sure. Okay.
Anyways, that I could feel it on my legs or on my hips.
So you have to kind of find a better position.
No, we just need a thinner mattress.
Oh yeah, okay. It's
Then
just too high.
An issue at all.
Yeah, but for a cheap setup, is it pretty good for a $10 setup?
Yeah.
And you're.
I would sleep in it for sure.
You will sleep in it.
Yeah.
Tonight.
No, I mean, I would sleep in it for a week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, well, we'll see how tonight goes. I'm gonna take this. Okay, so I'm actually bringing this blanket downstairs because we did a little fitment test, and Tasha's duvet, which is very warm, is also like super, super thick, so it takes away some of that room. And since we're already in there with a thick air mattress and there's not a ton of room, this blanket will help out, and we'll just have to run the heat probably a little bit higher since Tasha is seemingly always cold. Okay, so we kind of just jumped in already to kind of adjust these seats here and make sure everything is in the right spot. And I am telling you, I just fit. I'm 6'3" and just make it. But as you can tell, that's pretty tight, and it's because of this really, really thick duvet. So I'm gonna get rid of that, swap in the other blanket, and we'll see if that kind of makes the difference. Okay, so this is the new and improved setup. With that smaller, thinner blanket, it is way, way, way more space in between here. Now, of course, this air mattress, as you guys can see, it's pretty thick, but it is working. Like, you know what? For a $10 setup, that is working just fine. So we'll see how we actually sleep tonight, but I think this is going to be pretty good. So that farm is looking pretty, pretty shanty.
Well, I have other things to do.
Are you saying spending 4 hours a day working on your farm is too much?
Yeah.
Okay, are you ready for this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Looks exciting.
It is exciting.
Mm-hmm. I love camping.
Yes.
So this is
it. Okay, are you ready to move to the back? Oh, I see. I see you are busy. You're farming. Okay, so jump on it. I'll let you get in first. This is so ridiculous. I love it. It works. Okay, sweet. Whew, it's cold in here. Wow. Okay, I have to stop filming while I attempt this. You go feet first? How do you do this? Okay. Got a little desk down here. Okay. Oh! I never thought my back would touch the roof, but okay. Close the door.
Yeah. Ooh.
That's hard to. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Let's get comfy here.
Let's cuddle. Oh. Okay.
It's okay. So let's be realistic about this. It's not a huge amount of space because it's just not a huge amount of space because the air mattress is so thick. But if the air mattress wasn't as thick, it would definitely work.
Mm-hmm.
But this is fine. Like, to be honest with you, I'm stretched out now, so I fit. You got these nice lights here that you can turn on and off. They're in like the perfect location. And if you like, we're obviously not going to be outside right now, or else our neighbors might think that we're weird. But if you are outside, even though this glass is tinted, you'd still see like a nice starry sky, no problem. Like, you have this perfect view all the way through. So it doesn't, I thought it was going to feel a bit more claustrophobic, but it doesn't. So.
Oh.
And well, I guess that
now it's time for other things.
I guess the lights are a cue for us to end this one. Good night. Okay, and I almost forgot, for a little bit of extra tracking here, the battery is at 297 kilometers. So we can gauge out what it's going to be in the morning and how much power it actually took us to use to sleep in here the whole night. And it's not super warm in here. It's only like 9 degrees right now inside the garage, probably 5 degrees outside. But yeah, 297, and the heat is set at 20 because Tasha is apparently always frozen. So we'll see how much juice that uses. Oh my gosh. Well, that's pretty awesome. We have a campfire going. I think it's cool. Okay, good morning, guys. It's 9:30. Tasha just went out to get Lily breakfast. It worked out pretty well, to be honest. I would say, though, at 6'3", with a twin mattress, I'm just missing about half a foot of space at the bottom. So if I have my feet kind of tilted to the side, it works no problem. And I guess with like that product, the Dream Case, that expensive one, it takes care of that by creating like an extra bit of space with a piece that goes down to touch the ground in front of the seat, and that would make sense. But that's like $500, and this is $10. So I would say overall, it did work. And with my wife out of here, I will say that it works really well with one person. There's a lot of space back here with one, but with two, it's pretty tight, which is fine, especially for camping. But yeah, I'll disassemble this and we'll talk more about it in a sec. And look at that, I get to wake up to my nice little campfire going in the background. Oh, you know what we need to do? We need to look at the battery. Okay, so it's actually 10:10. So we've been in here. We fell asleep around 11, but we were in here around 10:30. So I'd say we were almost in here for 12 hours. It's amazing. 12 hours. We started out at around 293 kilometers of range, and now we're at 180. So we used over 179. So we used over 100 kilometers of range to sleep the entire night. Which seems like a lot, but really it's not. That's 12 hours of the HVAC running. It was about 5 degrees 5 degrees outside in the garage last night. That's not bad at all. It was 100 kilometers. Yeah, about 20% of the battery to go the entire night in the cold. Also, just a quick note about temperature. I had it set to 20 degrees, so Tasha was comfortable there. And I had the rear heaters on as well as the front, and there was no problem with getting heat all the way back here, like all the way to our feet, everywhere in the car. It was plenty warm and very, very comfortable. I will say too, this area up here becomes like a desk. That's seems to be like you could put like a laptop up here and watch a movie. If you're laying this way, it would work no problem whatsoever. And you can see through this really well. So I bet you if you were in like a dark spot, you'd be able to look up and watch the stars for sure. It'd be pretty cool. Okay, so this is going to be kind of our final sum up from our sleeping experience. I know it's a little bit dark back here in the back of the car, but whatever, we'll make it work. So Tash, I'll start with you. What do you think about our $10 sleeping setup?
It was, well, halfway through the night I was thinking, I'm not super comfortable, but it's just because of the amount of space, and we lost space from having such a thick air mattress.
Yeah.
But it was warm, and the air was nice, clean. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, like...
Yeah, it was a decent place to be.
Yeah.
So that's kind of my conclusion too, is that this is a cheap way to go. It's a $10 Intex air mattress. It fits perfectly in the car. Use just blankets from the house, pillows from the house. It works. It's fine. You can sleep in it, no problem. But is it the best experience? Not if you're over 6 feet tall. That's why those kind of more expensive mattresses for the car have that kind of flap that folds down and goes in front of the seats, so you have extra space in order to make up for that height and allow up to 6'5". But I would also say with an air mattress, if you're a bigger person, you're not going to fit your legs underneath that spot, especially not two people. But for us, it works. It's functional in a pinch. It's cheap, but it's not the best. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, guys, so that's it for this video. I hope it helped you guys out. If it did, it helps us out if you like and subscribe. And of course, if you know anyone who's looking to buy a Tesla or you are yourself, we do have our referral link in the description below. Thanks again for watching. See you guys next time.